I finally pulled the trigger on a couple things that I just needed for such a long time. It was getting ridiculous. The first one being a small tripod, because mine got stolen, as you might remember, towards the beginning of the summer. So I didn't even own a real tripod. That's annoying. The second thing is I got 2 of these newer dimmable LED lights. I have never owned proper studio lights before, and I figured it was time to make the jump. The key thing here is these are dimmable, and they also are color changing, so you can control your color temperature, which is a huge benefit. I got 2 of them, relatively cheap, but this is just sort of the thing I've needed for way too long. It's been obscene.
Get ready for Chaos and Kindness Week, starting December 16th with a different episode of your favorite Emmy Award-winning show every single night at 7 p.m.
This is my job, this is my life.
The people here make you feel like this is really home. We're just gonna drive around. If we see kids, we're just gonna give them all kinds of crazy things. Looking at their vehicle, the condition it was in. We found you a new one.
You're kidding.
Don't miss the heartwarming moments of kindness and hilarious chaos every single night of the week, starting December 16th at 7 p.m. only on WMUR.
I have this absolute obsession with Google Maps. I'm not necessarily into geography or anything, but there's something about that much visual indexing of the Earth that is just so endlessly interesting to me. I was watching Fire in Paradise, the documentary on Netflix about the fires in Paradise, California, and I was looking at the satellite photos of the town, Paradise, and it really put in perspective just how intense that fire was. But what really caught me off guard was that the street view is all updated. And that got me thinking, how often does Google actually update their street view? Sadly, the answers that I came up with weren't very satisfying. It is not any set time. It's generally 1 to 3 years before they will send a car back by your house, and that's only if you live in a very populated area. If it's urban, it could be up to a decade before they ever get back to you, or if they've even taken a street view at all. Well, Paradise, California, I don't know if that's just because it's close to Google's headquarters, or if maybe they drove through it after the fire for the intention of publicizing those photos and giving you the ability to actually go look at the damage. Either way, it's incredibly interesting to look through, and I really recommend you go and check it out. It's probably worth mentioning at this point that when I did a little bit more research, I did find that that is exactly what Google's purpose was. They updated a lot of the satellite photos and some of the street view photos simply to help illustrate the devastation that the fire created, as it was one of the biggest fires in American history. While not every single street is updated, a lot of the key streets are, and you'll find these little ends of the road where it'll go from after the fire to before the fire, and if you go back and forth, you can kind of see a cool before and after it's a little bit chilling to look at. Absolutely suggest checking this out if it's something you're interested in seeing more of. I'm not too sure yet with this lighting setup. I think I'm going to move that light from there to over there because I can use my computer monitors to fill this and use that light as the key, because there's really nothing coming on the key side, so this side's a little too dark for my liking. But you know, I think it's a nice, easy setup. Works well so far.